everybody? You got your boy Chris here as always, and we in the kitchen. First off, I want to say I hope everyone had a safe and happy holidays. I know we had a lot going on in the beginning of the year, but here we are, we're back in the kitchen. We're whipping easy, traditional Puerto Rican food up. So today I want to show you something that I whipped up. And when we talk about Puerto Rican food, the culture in general, we can never leave out this one staple. There's so many awesome dishes when it comes to Puerto Rican cooking, but I'm talking about mofongo. Check that out. Now this particular mofongo is a shrimp and garlic butter sauce. And so basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna walk you through step by step how I make my mofongo. So sit back, stay tuned, and if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Let's get it. So, some of the stuff that we're gonna need for the mofongo. If you don't have a pilon, that's fine. You can use just a pot and you can mash it all down in there. No problem, no harm, no foul. So the first thing we're gonna do is take our chicharron or pork rinds, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna mash them down. All right. So that's about a handful that I have there. So, and again, some people do it different ways. I do it like this. So pretty simple, isn't it? So just take it, put it down in there. Whoop, almost lost one. You can see those are good and incorporated now. What we're gonna do, we'll move into the next step. Now, the star ingredient to make mofongo, of course, is plantains. So, as usual, you know how we're gonna do it. You know, for when you see me make fried plantains before, let's just get those out of the way. Let's cut that end off. Cut that end off, no problem at all. And then just go right here. Now you don't want to cut too deep, so that way you don't cut this thing in half, because we gotta fry them up. So there you go. And what we're gonna do now, basically just peel it. Just like that, you know. And just repeat the process for the next 3. I'm using 4, but if you plan on making more, double that. Or if you're gonna make a lot, you know, just count it out how many you think you might need. But just for this little batch that I'm doing, 4 is gonna work just fine. So about, I guess you want to call that about an inch, you could say that. And just chop them up, and then have your hot oil getting ready, so that way we can fry these up. All right, so our oil is good and warm, okay? So let's get these in here and cook them on each side for about 5 minutes. Get them in there and let them cook for about 5 minutes. Get them nice and softened up. Then something else we want to do, I don't know if you do it or not, but this is just a little tip that I want to show you guys. You may do it, you may not. A little thing with the garlic. Get you your cloves of garlic, because we're going to be mashing these in the pilon anyway. So what we're going to do, we're going to put them in here, and what we're going to do, we're just going to let them get softened up for just a minute. So that way, when we pull them out, it'll be so much easier to mash in the pilon. So that way, when we incorporate it with the chicharron, it'll be a lot easier when you're mashing it. So we're going to let that just go for just a few minutes, and then we'll pull them out, and then we'll start smashing that garlic in with our chicharron. So a few minutes have gone by, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take our garlic and just throw it in there. Here we go. Now all we're gonna do is take and get that good and incorporated in there. All that oil in there is just gonna be good to go. Get that garlic soaked up. So I know a lot of people, they do it differently. You know, they put the chicharron, then they put the garlic in there, and then what they do, they put a little bit of olive oil in there and stuff. But this way, like I said, the garlic, it pretty much absorbs that oil, and then it goes into here. So we got that right there, right? All good and incorporated. Now we're gonna go ahead and flip those plantains and then move into getting these mashed into the pilon. Okay, so now let's take some of these plantains and let's start going ahead and getting some in here so we can get them mashed down. Move this out the way for a second. And we just work them in there, just work it. Work it all together. That's all we're trying to do, work it all together. And then for as many as you're gonna make, what you're gonna do, you're just gonna keep repeating that process until you're done with everything. I'm gonna put some more in here. So let's go ahead and put some more in here. All right. And as you can see, what you're gonna come out with right there. Push it down. Get this good and incorporated. We'll push it down, and then we'll come back. And what we'll do, we put it on the plate. All right, we have everything incorporated good together. Let's go ahead and get a plate. Get your butter knife, and let's come around the sides of this right here. Loosen it up. You know, I'm just gonna go around it twice, just to maybe 3 times. There we go. Let's go ahead and put it on this plate. And there we have it, mofongo. Now, the next step to this is I'm going to make a garlic butter shrimp to go over top of this. So stay. A little bit of olive oil. Now, some people, you know, they put white wine or different little things what they want to do in there, their variation of it. But this variation is going to be super simple, exactly what it sounds like. Garlic butter sauce. Nothing crazy, right? So, what do we need? Let's go ahead, put some butter in there. I had that coming down to room temperature. Let's go ahead and get that worked in there. And then we'll come in and hit this with a combination of flavors as well. So we're gonna do that. So our butter has melted down. Now the next thing we're gonna do, fresh garlic. Let's let that permeate and let's let that get a little bit of color on it. Add around a little bit in there. Just let that do what it's gonna do. All right, so our garlic has cooked down a little bit. You know, it softened up. Man, it's permeating. It smells good. I mean, there's nothing like good garlic and butter coming together. It smells amazing. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put some shrimp into here. So work that around, let that get all incorporated in there, and then we're gonna hit it with some seasoning. All right, now that we got that incorporated pretty good, let's take a little bit of that lemon and lime juice, throw it in there. A little bit of acidity, right? I wanna throw a little bit of onion powder in here. Get that good and seasoned up. Then we're gonna do a little bit, you don't need a lot, just a little bit of salt. Bring out some more flavors. some pepper. That's optional, you do what you want. And then I want to hit it with just a little bit of kick, all right? Hit it with just a little bit of this Louisiana Raging Cajun here. All right, give a little bit of spice to it. Not a lot, just a little. Now, let's go ahead and incorporate all that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a lid on this, and I'm going to let it finish cooking out just a little bit more. And then our shrimp should be ready to go and ready to plate. All right, now our shrimp is done. Now let's go ahead and plate it and get this on top of the mofongo. All right, well, there's our mofongo. And now what we're going to do, let's go ahead and plate our shrimp. Get a nice amount of shrimp on that plate. A little bit on top right there. Can't be stingy with it, you know what I mean? Then let's pour a little bit of that on top of there. That sauce. Drizzle it all over top. See them other shrimp trying to fall out of there. Let's just put them in there. They want to go, let them go. Yeah, there we go. Now, there you have it. Shrimp mofongo.